Hi there everybody, welcome back to another Uncut review. My name is Andrew and this is the channel of prestigeliquidsww. Today I would like to just start off with a little bit of reading. I've got a story for y'all, so bear with me. I'm just going to get this little note out of the way and then I'll introduce you into the whiskey. First of all, in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Wild Turkey Longbranch. But as I mentioned, let me have a read of this and let's find out the story behind it. So, it's a small book. Honoring their shared Kentucky roots and the friends that form the longest branches of our family trees, Matthew McConaughey and Master Distiller Eddie Russell present a rare 8-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon, made in small batches and refined with oak and Texas mesquite charcoals. This unique process results in an extraordinary balanced and smooth sipping whiskey with subtle hints of smoky sweetness. Nestled on a deep limestone shelf on the mighty Kentucky River, the Wild Turkey Distillery is famous for producing bourbon of exceptional quality, richness, unwavering character, and at the helm of this iconic distillery is the legendary father and son master distilling team of Jimmy and Eddie Russell, who have nearly 100 years of collective experience working at the Wild Turkey Distillery. It's quite a history. Now, enough of that. I'm going to start getting into the review. So this is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It has been aged for 8 years, as it mentioned in that little booklet there that came wrapped around the neck of the bottle. As you can see, there it is. Now this has been a collaborative work between Matthew McConaughey and the Russell family over at Wild Turkey. And I think from one of the things that I remember reading about it before, this is something that Matthew McConaughey wanted to give tribute back to his Kentucky roots, and apparently he's a big bourbon drinker. He loves Wild Turkey, and I guess he was granted permission to be able to work on the production of this particular bourbon. As I mentioned before, it is the Wild Turkey Longbranch. Let me pour a glass. So I've always loved the cork. It's got this like nice little wooden stopper with the turkey embossed on the top there. It's really cool. Nice Decanter style bottle as well. Okay. Now in the notes it did mention that this has been aged as well using the Texas mesquite charcoal. Now unfortunately myself, I'm not very familiar with the actual tasting notes of mesquite. Unfortunately in Australia we're slowly starting to get into the whole smoking of meats and things like that, but we're nowhere near to the level of what they are in the US, especially with Texas barbecues. So I'm going to try and pick those notes out as best as I can, but for now let's see what we get for the nosing. Okay, so again, as you're probably aware, most bourbons, they have those typical bourbon characteristics. So you're going to have the vanilla, caramel, those oak notes to it. It is quite sweet. I wouldn't exactly say that there's a lot of smokiness going in on the nose, but there's probably a slight hint. It's very minimal. Nothing that's going to dominate or blow your mind in that sense if you're expecting a strong smoky note. But then having said that, those of you who are familiar with mesquite, you might be able to pick that up. All right, let's get onto the palate and see how we go. This has been a bourbon that I've fallen in love with. I think that smokiness, those sweet mesquite notes that have been referenced in that little booklet there, I think those flavors come through a lot more on the palate. You get an exceptional mouthfeel. I'm not going to go bringing up any Bob's Burgers references there or videos that will totally defeat the purpose of an uncut review. You again, exceptional mouthfeel. You get this nice syrupy coating over your tongue. Those sweet flavors just completely fill your mouth. There's honey, caramel, nuts. I think I mentioned the vanilla, but again, vanilla. It's beautiful. I wouldn't say that it has a whole lot going on, but what it has a lot of. Very dominant notes when you drink it. This is exceptionally fantastic sipping whiskey. If you want to sit down and relax with something, you can pour yourself a glass of Longbranch and you'll just want to keep going back to it again and again. This is now my second bottle of this. The first bottle I smashed through that myself and just sharing it with other people. And the general response that I have gotten from it has been fantastic. I haven't come across anybody who hasn't enjoyed this whiskey yet. Definitely a fantastic introductory bourbon. It's not something that's going to punish you too much, but it does give you a good challenge into developing your flavor profile. This is bottled at 40%, so again, nothing that's going to challenge your senses, but it does have those really good qualities to it. Surprisingly enough, this is one that I have found that when you add a drop of water, it does actually intensify the flavor quite a bit. It somehow or another, it actually makes the ABV feel stronger than what it actually is. So if you've got this and you haven't tried it with water yet, definitely consider it, because you will completely alter the flavor profile altogether. Now the finish, it's very pleasant, very smooth. It is exceptionally easy. Lots of sweet sugars that just linger on the back of the palate. Yeah, I don't think that there is anything bad I could say about this whiskey. I absolutely love it. As I mentioned, this is the second bottle and I've almost finished it. So I think now that I've done this review, I'm going to have to tip it over, do that bottle kill. I might, if I'm feeling generous, I might just share it with a friend or somebody who happens to be with me when I open the bottle. But yeah, this is definitely one that's going to be returning to my shelf, and that's all I have to say about that, really. Again, as I mentioned before, this is an uncut review. To those of you who have been seeing these reviews so far, I hope you've been enjoying them. I know I have been enjoying making them. If you do look forward to seeing more content like this, please leave me a comment down below. If you've tried the Longbranch before, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'd love to know what your perspective is of it. And don't forget to drop the like and subscription as well. You might even consider hitting that bell notification so that you can stay up to date with, with all upcoming reviews and live streams that will be going up in the future. So again, I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Again, I hope you enjoyed the content. I'm not going to repeat myself. You already know. All right, everybody, have a good day. I'm going to finish this off now, because there's no point keeping that in the glass. Fantastic. Oh, that almost went down the wrong pipe. All right, guys. Get this. I'll see you all later. All right.